Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the final night of 10 Dead Rats.
Woo! That's us for the very
For the
last time.
last time. Wow.
The last
One final hurrah for the crew of the 10 Dead Rats. That's right, tonight is our
Yay,
season
will
finale.
the five of us meet again?
We will
10 of us.
surely stream together again, but will we see these characters again? Unlikely. So, yeah, for those of you just joining us, really, last episode,
Well, it's a catch up on.
yeah, you got a lot to go back and look at. But this is our somewhat weekly-ish Warhammer Fantasy and old school D&D mashup. But mostly our players just run around trying to avoid combat or any instance where they must roll dice, and instead make silly stuff up. So that's what we do.
100% true. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
After tonight, we will, with the rest of the channel, be going on hiatus for the holiday. Going to go enjoy some time with our families and make merry. And we'll be back in the new year, but I don't know in what format. So pay attention to social media, Facebook or Twitter or our Discord, and we will get the news out about what's going to happen with the show in the new year. We got to figure that out ourselves. So, sorry to not have more determinate news for you, but there you go. That's the way we roll over here. Anyway. That's all I have for general announcements. So, without further ado, one final time, let us jump into tonight's exciting adventure of 10 Dead Rats.
Always right when we come right back. Jeez.
All right. Last week on 10 Dead Rats, the party arrived back in Altdorf via unholy black coach to the former home of Count Orlok, which appeared to be an old boarded up mansion. There they found plastered out in the streets outside an interesting poster calling loyal Sigmarites to defense of the Empire to come and report to the Vauxhall for conscription into the army to repel the Ulrichian rebels. The group decided that the best idea was to split their efforts and go in different directions. Bruno and Indigo went off to the Temple of Sigmar to seek out some guidance there, while Mina and Yeffy went to the Vauxhall in disguise to see what was going on with this whole army conscription deal. False mustaches were involved.
Can't wear it though.
Mina and Yeffy were far more successful than Bruno and Indigo, who found the temple pretty much empty. Where are all the Sigmarites? They were not sure. Eventually, the group reconvened back towards the Vauxhall, where Yeffy had discovered some evidence of some purple hand shenanigans going on inside. They decided to make an assault and discovered within was none other than the Archlumen himself, also known as Frank.
Can't believe it.
What the Frank?
Can't believe it.
Oh, I'm not over that.
Battle ensued. For a little while there, Indigo was kind of trapped on the inside all alone, laying waste with the mighty Holy Hammer Galmaraz. So spells were thrown back and forth between Mina and Frank. Also, in defense, appeared to be none other than the Grand Theogenist was present in the fight. Although when he was taken down, revealed himself to be another doppelganger.
Yeah.
The party eventually was triumphant and that's where we're going to pick up tonight. Is there in the Vauxhall amongst the wreckage, as the party figures out what it is they want to do.
The real indicative part of that fight was that those of us trapped outside, away from Indigo, were in technically much less danger, but came the closest to dying. And those trapped inside with Indigo were in way more danger, and I believe are totally fine. So,
there was a moment when the rest of the party was clustered around an open doorway, and I think Frank blasted a lightning bolt right through the door.
it was quite unfortunate.
Yeah. Me and my 2 hit points would beg to differ, actually. So I forgot I wrote heal in massive letters on my sheet, so I wouldn't forget to ask you to heal me.
That's probably a good idea.
Please help.
Yeah, that's right.
The map
We're
here
just
of
looking
the
down at
Vauxhall
our
party
charred
also
bodies here. Oh man.
Yeah. The doorway to the north is indeed charred, where the massive lightning bolt came flying through. The bodies lie strewn about generally in the kind of hallway, the aisle that leads towards the center of the Vauxhall.
I can't believe it was Frog.
Can't believe it was Frank.
After making us smuggle drugs that caused corruption and assassinate various of his enemies, I can't believe he was the main bad guy.
I can't believe that. He showed me all the good food, tried to blackmail me, sent us to that horrible castle, ruined our lives, basically, for drugs he didn't even need. Oh
He
my
had a whole
god!
scheme going here, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kick his body, but like really lightly. It's kind of like for emphasis. But I'm looking to see if anyone else thinks it's cool.
Toe the body with your boot. There's a light thump.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. He came from that back office, right? So maybe he's got something there. And he said that Fosselmeyer's in the woods, right? During the Civil War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we do have to address that Civil War situation.
Yeah, something.
Let's check out the room first, though. I want to know what's in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. But like maybe Indigo and Yeffy could check that out. You could use your knife to not stab. Help.
You want me to just kind of slice off some of the burnt skin there? Yeah, let me get to that. I don't know how electricity burn medicine worked back in the day, but that sounds right.
You got aloe or something? I don't know.
I've still got a pouch of Narope. I mean, I know that's kind of gone down.
Value.
That's inappropriate.
I'm going to try to bandage up Mina's horrible lightning wounds here.
Great.
Well, that's over a 20 there. 20, 21, 22, in fact.
Okay, great. That restores
me.
3d6 plus 3 wounds to me. Go ahead and do that roll.
8. Wow, that's 11 wounds.
Oh, wow, I'm almost full. I don't have a lot of hit points.
Sorry. I forgot to add. It's 15 wounds. Right,
wow.
plus 1 for each die. 5, 5, 3, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
No, 11. I'm so sorry.
I feel great.
It's 11. I'm sorry.
It's been a long campaign, Nick. You've got to do a lot of
But the important thing is, Bruno, that you've somehow healed my electricity wounds. So
I just
you're the
wrapped
greatest
up.
doctor.
I pulled out some of my tincture, which might be that dissolved demon body that I captured, but it worked. All right, I'm gonna hit myself with this too, just to prove it works.
Great.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. I got 25 on myself, so it's also 3d6.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, with rolls like that. Jeez.
Good rolls, you know. The one thing Bruno's good at.
He's a great doctor, weirdly. You wouldn't think so.
Yeah, he's a good. Yeah, see, that's why. Of course, that's why I've got my doctor's
paper
here. It's sort of in shreds now and soaked in.
Yeah, it was official.
Blood, but it's still good.
Yeah.
What's in that back room?
Let's check out the back.
Back room.
You're heading over to the back room. Excellent. Let's see if I can give that to you. So this is the door that Frank himself came out of to join the fray. Let's get that up there. There we go. So you peek into the back room, and you can see it appears to be a shrine to Sigmar. there is, as you peer in the door from out in the hall, you can see a large carpet dominating the center of the room, a large rug with some Sigmarite symbols on it. Just to your left, there's a little nook where there's a table and a chair and a bookshelf with some books on it. And then across the carpet from you, there is a kind of raised platform with a large statue of Sigmar set atop it. Large meaning like about 3 foot tall, set on top of a wooden platform in the back with a couple little, sort of like a little altar back there.
Does anything look different from the last time we looked at it? I remember
I'm not
poking
certain
in.
you've ever poked in here before.
Nope. We didn't
As
go
I
back
recall.
there.
Did we not?
Yeah, I don't think we made it in
No, we
last
did.
time.
Nah.
Oh, I think we just made a joke about Indigo praying there, but we didn't go in. That feels right. Never mind.
Can I grab the statue of Sigmar?
Oh my god.
It's about as big as you, given that you are a halfling, Bruno. Do you want to...
Small statue.
I thought it would be fun to give this to Sigmar, kind of a gold statue of himself. I'm gonna drag it along behind me for now.
Okay. You stride across the room, reach up across onto the altar, and pull down the Bruno-sized statue of Sigmar. Looks fairly like the Sigmar you've met.
Nice.
Oh, okay, we're looting. Okay, I'll roll up this carpet. This is nice. I'm gonna take this carpet. This is gonna be nice in my bathroom at home.
You head into the room, you start rolling up the carpet, and you can see underneath on the stone floor of the carpet, there's a large trapdoor.
Whoa, good find.
Trickery!
Wow.
I found a trapdoor.
Looting
And this nice carpet. It's nice. I'm gonna put it to the side. I mentioned that.
Yeah, let's open that trap door.
Okay. All right.
Is it trapped?
Like a pull handle?
Yeah, it's just got a big metal ring on it. Looks like a set of hinges opposite. Looks like it'll pull right up. Yeah, you're pulling it?
Yeah, I'll lift it up.
You heave up heave up the trap door. There's a little it's kind of a creaks a bit. The hinges groan a little bit. And you can see underneath it is just a small about 5 foot square cube of space below, a little cell under there, and you can see the stricken face peer up on you, have curled into a fetal position, tied, bound hand and foot, a cloth wrapped around his face, a very thin, emaciated looking version of the Grand Theogenist peers up at you, wide-eyed, and kind of moans a little bit. Like,
Whoa.
Oh my god!
Oh my goodness!
I'll untie him.
Yeah, let's get him up here.
Oh my god!
Indigo, you reach down and pull him up and start to unbind him, and he says, "Oh, praise Sigmar, you've returned."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
How long have you
unbind
been-
his
how long have
wrists,
you been
and he starts
stuck in there?
rubbing his wrists. You can see he's got marks on his wrists from the ropes that clearly have dug in for some time. He's it's hard to say. I lost track of time, days at least. I'm not certain.
So we've met before.
Sometime, well, of course we have.
Okay.
And you heard
Well,
about the Civil War that's happening? What was the last
Of
big,
course.
terrible event you heard? Okay, great.
Yeah.
Cool. We didn't have to catch you up on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a real 2021 question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Last big terrible event you remember.
Yeah.
Well, I don't understand
we fought
why
we
you're
fought a
asking
creature.
these questions.
we fought a creature that looked
Did you
like
find
you.
the hammer?
Oh,
You
yeah, that's more
Yeah.
important.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
Look.
So.
Where did it go? Ta-da!
oh, praise Sigmar! You found it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And Indigo's
also
a proven. Indigo's a proven heir of Sigmar, and is that all is that no, we're going to go for the full Sigmar talk here. Okay.
I think
Yeah,
he's got to go for the full Sigmar talk. He's the Grand Theogenist. He would know what to do about this.
Oh,
So,
we just wanted to
would
declare
he?
you emperor.
Okay.
So
Before we get
No.
into it, what is the chance that Indigo could just be declared emperor right now because he has Galmaraz?
I want to say 80%.
I think I got some old cheese in my pocket if you want some.
Now that's
You know,
great
you look a
logic.
bit famished. Oh,
Oh,
Oh, he's probably
thank you.
hungry.
You can see he's like getting whiplash just back and forth as you guys talk, kind of looking agog at each strange statement that comes out of your mouths. Finally, he just takes the cheese and starts eating it.
as you can tell, we found Galmaraz in
Yes,
an ancient
this is good.
stronghold. We also found Sigmar himself, frozen by magic for thousands of years.
I thought you meant at first like you found him in your heart, but wait, you found
No.
The man himself.
well, I mean,
Yeah.
he does have a special place in our heart now. You know, because we had to hang out
We're
with him for
actually
a
kind
long
of
time.
friends. Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
you're telling me that Sigmar walks among us again?
With the beard. Yeah, he's actually
Yeah.
kind of leading a sort of unintentional religious movement right now.
Yeah, a bit.
Yeah.
I River. Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't think he's
Well,
a
that-
god. He just thinks he's a really, really, really strong guy.
And there's also a civil war that's going to happen on the opposite end with a bunch of people who
Yes.
don't realize that you were in a closet or hole for a couple
Oh,
of days while
yeah,
some
you
other
didn't
creature
replace
was
the shape.
parading around with your face. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
This is not yes. This I know there is.
Okay.
The pretender came forward with the false Galmaraz. That is when I was when I was abducted. For I was going to confront him.
Okay.
About his
You have
false.
verified it. So,
That seems in character. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I
off.
thought I had hoped that perhaps I could convince everyone that this is the true Galmaraz, although it would be a difficult argument, I think. But even Sigmar himself walks among men again. He can.
That's the one.
Well, he can. We must go to him. Where is he?
He's a bit away.
The other side of the army.
We can get you there, but you have to not ask questions about the transportation.
Where? Oh my! But really? All right, I guess.
See,
Yeah?
Sigmar actually mentioned this thing called the Crown of Nagash. That
Oh,
The crown
something
of
that's hanging around
You mean
here. Or something?
you mean the crown of sorcery, which he stole from Nagash?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
This
Yes,
is
that's
one
the
of
one.
the most ancient artifacts of that is kept in the vault. That's a temple.
Do you think we could snag that before we head out?
I'm sorry, snag. Could you snag?
Collect,
we
were-
pick up,
Oh,
yeah, so that we
sorcery?
could give it back to Sigmar. I think
Well, we
he
were-
might appreciate it.
We totally had transportation powers.
Yeah, like where you could teleport
It
when
has
you put it on.
it has many dark powers. It was wielded by
dark powers.
the first necromancer, Nagash.
but it was
Yeah.
also wielded by Sigma, so kind of
This is
value
true.
neutral.
And
It's
we're
true,
doing
you know your
it
lore
to
well.
help Sigmar. Well, we
Yep.
did
If
walk
we're
a
worried
long
about
time
that,
with that
we have
guy.
a much less
But-
evil form of instant transportation.
We just don't know how else
But
we're
it's
going to
still
stop a civil war that's happening all the way
Where
over there.
He is Sigmar. Tell me, where is he?
Yeah.
Why do we must?
Let-
How
The
far
map,
must we
come
trans?
way down on a map.
The map's in the other room, remember? Because they were plotting out all
yes.
the little guys. Let's go
Yes,
look at
yes.
the map and show him on the map.
Excellent.
That's a good
excellent. You
idea.
head out to.
I dragged the Bruno-sized
Oh,
Sigmar behind me.
Oh my
Excellent. Excellent.
God. We were thinking surprise.
Uh,
He's really gonna like this.
Do you have any smaller statues?
No, I like this one because it's the same size as me, so now Sigmar will remember me, but him, you know? It's like me, but...
I don't think he's going to forget you. I don't think anyone can. You're
That's nice
unforgettable.
of you to say. Wow. Wow. Well, that's great to hear.
All right, so you head back out. This is really not the right map. I won't worry about it. You head back out to the main room of the Vauxhall where you have the map spread out, and you show him on the map where you left Sigmar. Here I can
It was by Temperbad?
this map.
Yeah.
So it was. If I recall, let me look at this map here. It was.
Feldorf.
I don't. Yeah, I think it was Fildorf, right? I don't think you had quite reached Nuln yet, or maybe you had reached Nuln.
We were getting towards Nuln.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
right around here. That's where he is. But close to Nuln. Maybe you've made it there by now. We're not sure, guy.
And this is where the army that's going to meet him is. So,
that's where all the way over there.
Well, the pretender, the one who called himself Karl Hildenhammer, he, I believe, was going to rally forces at Castle Reitgard.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what we heard.
There. And we can challenge this guy who's definitely that guy that looks like me.
Wassermeyer.
We'll have a battle of Galmarazes, and mine is actually magical because it's real, and I'll defeat him, and then we'll make peace with the Ulrichians, and Sigmar will help with that, and then bing bam boom, civil war over, chaos averted.
Bing bang boom.
Yay.
Bing, bang, boom.
And it would be helpful if you were there too to be like, oh, they whacked me and put me in a hole in the ground. Bad people.
Yes.
That's also helpful.
Yeah.
I don't think they know who Frank is, so I don't think that will be useful. No one knows who Frank is.
Frank. I know who Frank is.
This guy over here. Give him a little nudge with my foot. That's Frank. He's the guy who's been orchestrating. That's right, guys. This whole thing.
Good job.
Yeah.
You've
With
done
the
so good at
purple plants. I know. So I read really advanced reader books now.
It goes to
Young
university.
readers. Yeah.
Pig directs the orchestra.
I think it's more like Adventures in Pig Sitting and Nancy Piglet.
Grand Theogenes, did you know this guy? Pointing at Frank's body. Like
no. I heard him addressed. So once I was captured, his minions referred to him as Lumen.
Yeah, that was kind of like chief or whatever. Yeah. I thought we were friends, or I don't know, acquaintances.
When did you think
so
that?
Business partners. Sorry, what?
Yeah.
He duped us all.
Yep.
Yeah.
He did dupe us.
Yep.
That's going to take a while to get over, I feel like. What if any one of the random personages we've encountered, what if that Eisenbeard dwarf was also some kind of chaos word? They could be anybody.
Yeah, we can think about that on our way to the castle, huh?
Yeah, that's a good
right.
point. I guess there's some kind of civil war to prevent. Yeah.
Should we get the teleportation magic?
How far is Castle Reitgard from Altdorf?
Yes. If we look here on the map, it's if we had a coach, some fast horses, we could make it there in 2 or 3 days, I think.
That's a long
Right.
time.
Well, we need time for
Yeah.
Sigmar to catch up too.
We've
Oh,
unlocked
that's
fast travel.
true. We
Or-
do.
Or we get this magical item, we go to the Castle Rightguard, we confront him, we have our big fight, then we just teleport to Sigmar. Bring Sigmar there. Easy.
Well, it's just if he's got kind of an army, I trust Indigo and his combat prowess, obviously.
all do.
But I don't know that he's kind of a one-man army just yet. I don't know if it's just us.
It's an army of faithful, right? So if we show up and we're like,
Well, that's if Sigmar's army even makes it in time, and they're a bunch of untested, like, half blood-sucked old men. So it's not really like a force of Marines there or whatever.
Yeah. And he won't like teleport without them. Remember? He's like, I'm not gonna leave these people because he's so nice. Yeah.
yeah.
So did we send Sigmar to Castle Rightguard? Is that where we told him to go?
No, I think he was going to Nuln.
He was marching
No,
his end goal.
Altdorf.
His end goal
Yeah,
is
he was walking
Altdorf, right?
through
Okay,
Altdorf,
okay,
yeah.
so he'll run into it. He's bound to run into it.
Eventually.
Yeah.
But the fight's gonna happen
Yeah,
soon.
from what you've heard, the army of Ulrichians was gathering in the Great Forest, which we can see here in the map between the two rivers as you make your way down towards Kemperbed. That is the Great Forest.
Okay.
Sigmar, when last seen, was headed up the Reich, which is just south of Kemperbed, which we see in the bottom right corner of our map here. So how far he's gotten is unknown, but it's probably as far from Nuln to Kemperbed as it is from Kemperbed onto Altdorf. So another half the map there. If one was just walking on foot, that's probably a good week of travel at least.
I can't believe I'm the only person advocating for the vault with the priceless
The
treasures
vault?
in it.
It's an evil magic crown,
Let's think about it.
That was used by Sigmar. Value neutral.
Oh, well, how about this? Let's say
neutral.
you go into this wonderful battle with a crown, and we die. Now they have the crown. Go in with a coach that drives itself. They don't get a coach.
Oh, we're gonna take the
I don't really like that dying part.
on the evil.
No, I know. I don't either.
Although I do kind of want to.
We're
see
not.
it.
It's not an evil. No, we're going to ask the Grand Theogenist and Little Sigmar here to travel with us on a non-evil form of magical transportation. Just because he has to lie in a coffin doesn't make it evil. Lots of people lie in coffins. Dead people.
That's part of it. You don't want to look outside. Yeah.
Remember how
For your
Sigmar
safety.
liberated this evil
realize-
thing and used it to do good? We've liberated this horrible evil coach from vampires, and we're using it to do good. So, in Sigmar's name.
You mentioned
Liberated.
little Sigmar. You realize it's just a statue, yes?
Yeah, it's a gift.
Do I realize it's just? I know it's just a statue. I just like it's just me sized, So I like it's a because the statue's the same size as I am, and I'm going to give it to Sigmar and just be like, hey,
Okay.
look, it's a Bruno-sized version of you.
I see.
It's.
I thought you thought-
What's your
right.
gift?
I see. Forgive.
What's the gift you're bringing to Sigmar?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
I think a gold statue of him is a good gift from all. It can be a group gift.
Okay.
I don't think we need to. This is a luxury item here, right? I mean, this is solid gold. I think.
He's just gilded, I'm afraid. It's
Damn
just
it.
wood.
Damn it, Frank! God, are you kidding? All right, well, don't tell Sigmar that. He's not going to check.
I don't think Sigmar is the type who's... if this is the true Sigmar, I don't think he's going to be very impressed with a gilded statue of him.
Look,
But-
I think the four of us who've been hanging out with Sigmar for like 2 weeks now, just being best bros, know him better than you.
Whoa. Okay. To really wrap up this plan.
Yeah. Let's
You
get
know?
on any. and let's go to the castle.
Let's go. Yeah, let's blow
Montage.
the whistle.
Okay, so you
Okay.
use the magic whistle to summon the Black Coach.
Yeah.
Convince
Okay.
the Grand Theogenist to climb into one of the coffins.
It's just a coffin. It's not necessarily
Good night.
evil.
He's- he complies. I mean, he's still in a kind of a weakened state, been locked in a little, curled up in a little cell for who
He
knows
can't
how long.
resist.
Now we're
And seems to believe that you really have met Sigmar. So he climbs into the coffin, and you all get in, and Yeffy, where are we going?
Going to Castle Rickguard, right?
Castle
Right,
Rightguard,
that's-
you tell him.
Yeah.
You tell
Yeah.
him Castle Rightguard, and there's a crack,
Boy,
and the coach
Oh, man.
takes off again, off into the dark, shadowy realm of Moor, where you see the souls of the recently dead making their way towards Moor's realm.
Not
Or
evil.
boats, because you're hiding within the coffins of the Black Coach. And
I
eventually,
appreciate you're here, but I really wish you hadn't brought the statue with you this time because it's uncomfortable and it really there's not a lot of room.
It just didn't seem right to bring it out. It seemed like if we left it
Yeah.
out, it might get covered in ice, and then Sigmar wouldn't like it.
Okay,
You know.
all right. Well,
I wanted to be
Just
polite
saying.
because it's a gift, it seemed all right. Maybe I could have put it. There's like 3 extra coffins. I feel like maybe I could have put it in one by itself.
probably you could have. Yeah, I think that would have been good. I hope he doesn't peek. That would be bad for us. Let's go.
Cover the statue's eyes.
Not the statue. The Grand Theogenist. But I guess you have a point.
Oh, him. Okay, yeah, that's right.
So fortunately, little Sigmar survives the transport, and with a jostling and a rattle of harness, the coach arrives, and you all push out the back doors of the coach and come stumbling out of the coach to look around, blinking in the bright sunshine, to find yourselves at the very front gate of Castle Rightguard.
Oh,
There's a
man.
huge fortress that sits here at the intersection of the River Reich and the River Teufel, and it is on a big bluff that overlooks the convergence of these two rivers, and the noise and perhaps or the whatever strange appearance the arrival of the coach took here, because you look around and it's just wide open space. There's no cover of any kind. Has gathered something of a crowd. The gates to the castle itself are pushed open, and you can see many soldiers gathered there, banners waving in the wind, all looking agog at the 5 of you as you come tumbling out of the back of the coach.
Hello.
What's the imposter's name?
So what?
Carl? What's the imposter's name? Carl?
Carl.
Great. I stride forward, holding real Alvarado aloft, and I say, I want to speak with Carl Heldenhammer, the fake heir of Sigmar.
Coming in strong. Nice.
There's kind of a shocked hush falls over the crowd. Murmurs start to rumble, and then finally the crowd kind of pushes aside, and you can see a figure striding forward. A figure that some of you perhaps recognize. I don't remember if you personally ever met the man, but he certainly bears a family resemblance to Indigo. He's wearing bright, shining, highly polished golden armor, and he's carrying a big golden warhammer. He looks a little older than Indigo, but again looks like that same family line. And he comes striding forward, and he says, "What is happening here? We are about to mobilize. Who is causing this disturbance?" and he kind of stops dead in his tracks as he looks through the open gate at your little group gathered about the black coach.
I check my old Indigo portrait. Oh yeah, that's him.
There's some kind of
That's
visual
him, all right.
remind us all of what he might look like. Kind of
For one last time, maybe. For one.
Yeah, there was some kind of like view.
We can't quite picture it.
Yeah,
picture
like,
the chin line.
Even how he might look if he was a scholar or something. Like if there's some kind
if he had some fancy clothes on. Yeah.
So you all stare for a minute at this man, and Indigo, you feel a hand on your shoulder, and you look, and you can see the Grand Theogenist kind of pulling himself along. He's still a little hunched over, looking a little frail, but he says, "I, Yori the 15th, Grand Theogenist of the Empire, have come to denounce you, false and untrue, and a foul pretender."
Get him, Yuri.
Right.
I believe him.
Oh, we're really coming in hot on this one.
Yeah.
The
Legendary Warhammer.
Yeah.
Indigo can do anything.
Carl steps forward and he says, "What is this babbling of this senile old fool? You are not Yori. You look nothing like the man. He was just I just departed from him but days ago at the Vauxhall."
Frank is dead.
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
Your Grand Lumen is dead. He's fallen by the wayside, and your plans are for naught. Your purple hands have all been gone.
Cut
We've
off?
got no
Yeah, cut off
backing.
their
We've got
hands. Yeah, nice.
Sigmar coming down with a group of holy knights to come and smash your chaotic plans to smithereens.
Woo!
Wow. Gotta keep it going. Gotta keep it going.
You see
That
this?
was good.
You
That
see
was a
this?
strong finish. That was great. Yeah, good job.
You see this glimmer of recognition, this little shocked look in his face as you drop words like purple hands and Frank.
I'm sorry, did you not hear me? Do I need to itch my ear a little bit?
He steps forward. He steps forward a little bit, kind of holding aloft this golden warhammer, which is not actually. I mean, it looks like a warhammer that is been gilded or painted gold. It looks fine, but it is not the splendid implement that Indigo is holding. He steps forward, looks at you, kind of turns to its 90 degrees so he can look over his shoulder to the other side, back towards the gate of the castle where he sees the crowd. And then he drops the hammer and bolts. And he just starts running as fast as he possibly can.
Coward!
Oh.
Oh, let's go get him.
Wait, you chase him,
Can I go
Indigo?
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. What do you do, Yeffy?
I go, okay, yay. Go get him, Indigo. Go get him, listen. Everyone, please bear witness to the true power of Galmaraz. As the true heir to Sigmar crushes his foe, the faulty Vassamire. It's a one-on-one fight, Sunday, or whatever the words in the queer country are for Sunday.
Indigo, roll me a strength test.
All right. That's just a D6? Or no, D20.
No, D20 plus your strength bonus.
That's what I went to too, though.
12.
12. You holding Galmaraz start running after him. Everybody is the whole crowd is just silent, just watching this bizarre event unfold. Indigo, he's kind of huffing and puffing, and you realize as you're catching up to him that clearly this is a man who's not actually used to running in full plate armor. And you can see that where the plates rub against each other, some of the gold paint is scraping off, and it clearly is just regular plate armor that someone painted gold. You quickly gain on him. What do you want to do when you catch him?
I just want to tackle him to the ground.
Great. You rush forward, jump at him, tackling him to the ground. Unfortunately, dropping Galmaraz in the moment because you can't carry Galmaraz and tackle a person in the same instant. That and his golden warhammer both go tumbling to the ground. You land on top of him, holding him down, and he just starts whimpering. It wasn't me. It was all Frank. I had no idea. I was brainwashed. I was ensorcelled. Please.
I want to drag him back to the rest of the group. Like, I'll pick up Galmaraz on the way, but I just want to drag him by his collar, basically.
Excellent. You come. He's still pleading. Seems to be in one breath both disclaims any involvement whatsoever, and in the other promises anything you want to let him go. Please, no, it wasn't me. I would never do such a thing. I'll give you whatever you want. Just let me go.
I go through the packs. I start pulling out letters. I go, "Dear Magister Magi, Bruno, you should read it out loud. Bruno, you should read it."
I think you're doing a great job. I mean, I'm really impressed by your public speaking. But okay, I'll read the thing. Yeah, Magister, Magistry. I should have had this one open. Actually, I even got the handout ready to go. I reveal the various letters we have about this guy, and we've got so many, some quite large, I think.
Letters of a conspiracy against the Empire and the Crown, and even the fertile ground of Sigmar's faith itself. This is a villain like no other villain you have seen, and this is just a simple pinky in the purple hand of doom come to defeat us all. We should crush this man's head with the Galmaraz now where he stands. Ooh, that's gory. Should we do that?
Ow. Yeah, crush his head. Crush it. Yeah.
Well,
I think Indigo. I try and start a chant.
You're gonna tell us. I talked to the Wassermeyer. How deep does it go? Who do you have on the other side in the Ulrichian camp?
That's a great question.
That is a good question. That's why these are
as you're asking this, Yori kind of steps forward and starts addressing the crowd, and he says, "The pretender has been taken captive. I, Yori the Grand Theogenist, shall lead all you faithful Sigmarites in our further battles. Come, let us prepare." And he's trying to kind of usher people back into the castle. And everybody seems pretty shocked, and just happy to have somebody give them some kind of command, and just starts listening and following him as he's shoving them in. And he kind of, Yori just kind of gives you a look over his shoulder, like, go on, right? And is trying to take control of the crowd. As you start to interrogate Wassermeyer. Wassermeyer.
I'm gonna cast Charm Person on him while he's sitting here in front of us.
Great. Go ahead. Roll me your magic roll.
2.
Two. That it does not go off. With a 2? I don't think so. Did you? Oh, you only have one die, don't you? You only have one die.
I only have the one die. Yeah. So it's just a straight D6, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It is. So you try to incant. You try to draw on the winds of magic. It doesn't come together. But he answers. Somebody asked him who else. Who was addressing him just then with a question?
Me.
I've lost track.
It was Indigo.
Indigo.
It was Indigo.
Indigo.
Right?
He looks up at you, Indigo, and he says, the new R. Ulrich. I trade letters with him regularly. I have his notes in my office. You can have them all. Please don't hurt me.
We'll take those. We're not going to hurt you. It does seem like you were trying to destroy the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
I was just following orders.
Okay.
It's not my fault. It was all Frank.
What was the plan with the Ulrichians? with this new Ulrich?
Oops. What was the plan? The plan was my orders were to wage war. To wage war between the Sigmarites and the Ulrichians to cause as much conflict as possible.
This isn't your fault.
That checks out. Yeah.
Somehow.
That's
And then what?
no, of course not.
Then what would happen?
It was the Archlumen. He made me do. I was ensorcelled.
Okay, we'll come back to that.
I am a faithful Sigmarite. I swear.
Is anyone?
Is that why you're?
Who else? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
Nah, so I was just saying. Is that what happened up in what was it, Midheim, with the rats? Yeah, we were ensorcelled then too. Yeah, is that?
That
you went down to the farm
that
and you kidnapped a child?
Oh, no. In Midheim.
Oh, that time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was a doppelganger. It wasn't me. I was replaced with a false I'm the true Wasserman.
That's a good. Actually, you're the true. Yeah. You know, that is a good fallback when you got these shapeshifters running around. Though I like that. Yeah, that's good.
How many more shapeshifters not running around? By the way, how many more of them are there out there?
A few, many, lots or none.
Those are very different answers.
Who are they?
I don't know. You should ask the Lumen. It was his. He was the mastermind. I was just his pawn, his unwitting pawn.
So dead.
Yeah.
God, I should ask some questions. I forgot I could do that.
We killed him like he made us kill Ernst Teidelman. Maybe didn't even do anything wrong.
Shut up, Bruno. We didn't kill Ernst.
That guy.
Warlock
we
did.
didn't.
Sorry,
We did. That's true.
Right.
That's a good point.
That's
Wait,
right.
We did pickle his hand, but
Yeah.
Sorry, do you want to walk backwards on this for a second?
Nope. We're continuing onward.
No.
Yeah. So after this whole Civil War battle thing, then you're going to be the emperor. Like, what was the plan there? Or were you just going to die?
What? I don't know what the plan after that was, but eventually I think Tzeentch maybe comes and makes us all powerful rulers of all men. I think maybe.
Oh, great plan! Tzeentch comes. Yeah.
They were gonna make the emperor, and you want more powerful than that? That was not enough for you.
Yeah, magic power.
The empire would be crushed at that point. It would.
Yeah, there'd be no emperor.
Really
I get it. I get where he's coming from on this one. Yeah.
I have a plan.
Great.
Ooh, okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Steps forward again from his deep thought. We get this guy's letters with a fake R. Ulrich. We tie him up. We march him to where the Ulrichians are encamped, and we offer him as tribute to speak with R. Ulrich. And then we uncover R. Ulrich was in cahoots with him. Probably we then have to beat R. Ulrich to death, but whatever.
That's fine.
And then we reveal the conspiracy without starting a civil war. Still,
that's a good idea.
Okay. Do you think the Ulrichians are going to Sorry, I was going to say, do you think the Ulrichians are going to recognize the, value of a Sigmarite, an obvious Sigmarite with a Warhammer that's shining with a deep joy of Sigmar or whatever?
The fake R. Ulrich will want to let him in because it's his, partner in crime.
Yeah, and the other Ulrichians, he'll have to save face because we're bringing him the leader of their enemy.
Okay.
So wait, what are we doing? We're trying to make peace, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. With the guy who's leading an army who definitely does not want peace.
Sure. Well, yeah, we're using that as a ruse, and then we're gonna unmask that guy as also a chaos worshipper and cast him down, just like we cast this guy down.
Yeah, that's good. A lot of truth telling. I like that.
Yeah, I'm a little bit more worried about the zealots. little bit more
Yeah,
worried
I'm
about this
wondering
horse, but
if
okay.
Yeah.
we brought Sigmar. Would that do anything? Probably not. Let's just go. Let's just
Great.
do
So
it.
Sigmar's
get all
like
this guy-
days away. Yeah. Let's get this guy's letters and let's do it. I like it.
Okay. We deal with that.
So you go and rifle through Wassermeyer's belongings, I presume, to gather further evidence. You then take Wassermeyer via the Black Coach. Is that the plan?
To the
Oh,
where's the other army?
Yeah, does he know how far they are?
Where are they?
Oh,
Wassermeyer?
you're asking Wassermeyer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wassermeyer, where
Yes,
are they?
they're camped in the Great Forest.
Get to know where in the Great Forest. The Great Forest is kind of large. It's kind of like
Kind of great. Kind of great. Yeah.
big. It's big.
Where I think yes, near the just outside of Ostwald, there's a circle of hills. And he actually here. Let's see.
What do you think would happen if the army just never shows up?
There's a grouping of hills just outside of Ostwald, of the small village of Ostwald,
see.
where they have built, amongst those hills they have built one of the signal towers. That is where they are
Damn
gathered.
signal towers. I knew.
Yeah, what are the
These
signal
things-
towers? What are those even for? Really?
Oh yeah, we never.
Don't
covered
tell
that,
me
but
it's
if you
for
could tell us,
messages, because I don't think it's for messages. That's what they
it's for
said.
evil.
Is
It's
it
like a
for
chaos demon down there.
Mhm.
Are you asking Wassermeyer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's kinda off
I thought they were for carrying messages from Altdorf to Nuln and back again. No?
You're the
And
worst.
why is it-
You're so
why is
useless.
Temple to Corn underneath one.
There's a temple to Corn under them?
Oh, yeah, circumstantial.
Yeah, so whatever.
All right. Well, that's ironic.
Not kidding.
Is that
Anyway,
is that what you were doing? Do you worship Corn? You are
No.
going to be
No.
made all powerful rulers of men? No.
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 We're sort of unaffiliated. Yeah, we're kind
Yeah,
of
we're-
self-interested, I guess.
Are.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we're.
Well, I
strong.
also
with
dislike
Sigmar.
Corn. Then I
Oh.
also think Corn is
Oh, that's
evil.
nice.
True. Yes.
Wait,
Oh,
did
great.
you just change your mind about that? Like, did you
No.
actually like Corn and then in
No.
an instant you just...
No. Of course not.
Wow.
No.
Do
No.
you do that with music too?
No. He likes Zinch. He likes Zinch, and Zinch and Korn don't get along. So he's, they're kind of like, they're siblings, but like, they don't get along. Like me and Benji, So,
Oh.
I mean, I am not a chaos worshipper. I was ensorcelled by them. I'm only
Right.
telling you that their
Oh,
plan
yeah.
was to to give us to make us all powerful minions under Tzeentch, but
right,
I wanted nothing
right.
to do with it. I wanted to stop them. That's what I was. trying
Right,
to
of
do.
course, yeah.
I wish,
Right.
but I couldn't because I was ensorcelled. Yes.
That makes a lot of sense. Yep. I'm totally on board with that. That all checks out. So do we just want to black coach it to Ostwald? And then
Should we tell
Yeah.
Yuri first what's going on?
Oh,
Yeah.
he seems crazy.
Yeah. He's kind of a nice guy. Except for,
He's
he's
fine.
ensorcelled, this guy. Yeah.
Wait. Do we tell Yuri? I say we
you
just
inform.
Okay, all right. We'll tell you.
Are you informing Yuri, or are you just getting in the code?
Yes. I'm informing
It sounds like
Yuri.
you're telling Yuri now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You tell
I
Yuri that
suggest
you're
Indigo
headed.
tells him.
Yeah.
Indigo, what do you tell Yuri?
I tell him basically the gist of the plan, right? Where we're going to try
Okay.
to ransom this guy to meet our Ulrich and then expose our Ulrich also as a member of the conspiracy. And hopefully stop the Ulrichians or the sons of Ulrich from attacking. At least to stall until Sigmar shows up, if nothing else.
I see. Yes. This. I think this is a good idea. I suppose it's. If you can stop the conflicts, then yes, good. What should I?
You should watch out for other...
The forces here at Castle Reitgard were planning to march south into the forest very soon. In fact, today. Perhaps I should prevent this from happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems good. Maybe have them stay here.
I shall keep them here. We shall garrison the castle as a last standing point should the forces march north.
That's a good idea. And watch out in case anybody else here is a chaos worshipper. Like this guy. Oh, I'm sorry. This guy was in Sorcel to be a chaos worshipper. There might be some real chaos worshipers around here. You're going to want to watch out for them.
All right. I will.
Yeah,
I will.
They want us to fight. That's what they want us to do. So we got to start not fight.
Right.
And also near one of those watchtowers, I'm kind of concerned that they just want a lot of bloodshed around a Temple of Corn. And that sounds interesting and bad.
It sounds bad, but we have to go kind of
so bad.
So let's just hustle out of here.
Really bad.
Let's just grab Yeffy here, and we're just gonna
Sigmar go with you then, he says, and you pile into the black coach.
Yeah,
and Yeffy, you
now our coffin
where
is me, Yeffy, Little Sigmar, and Wassermeyer all shoved in to the same coffin. That's his.
I don't think you want to put me in the same coffin with that guy. Just saying.
Yeah, we come out and he's dead.
Oh, I see. Okay, Wassermeyer and Little Sigmar go into one coffin, and me and Yeffy will go into the other coffin. That's much safer.
Oh God, he's gonna die. Okay, cool.
Yeffy, where do you instruct the coach to go?
Well, they have the watchtower by the Great Forest, right? That's where they're meeting.
Yeah. So you instructed the watchtower. The watchtower.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nice. Oh yeah, that's even better than Oswald.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking about that stew underneath the watchtower. Actually, that's really what I'm thinking. But that's what I'm not going to tell you guys about that.
Right.
Naturally.
Think of the stew.
again, the black coach arrives in a terrifying swirl of black smoke. The horses whinnying, their skin hanging loosely on their undead bones. You pile into the back of the coach and all hide within the coffins, as once again the black coaches through the very realm of Moor itself to emerge at the top of a hill or a cluster of hills in the Great Forest, where a watchtower is being built. You can see it is an incomplete one. It is not looks similar to the first time you saw one of these watchtowers, kind of in a similar state of semi-built, but is lacking the dwarven crew building it. You can see all around is evidence of a large camp of soldiers, but looking around at first you don't see them until you notice, as you look to the north of the hills, and you have a fairly good vantage from up here, you can see a huge army of men in Ulrichian garb, kind of gathering at the base of the hills here, looking like they're about to travel, about to journey forth. Sorry, not north. I got that exactly wrong. They're on the south side, because as you could see, further south of them, you see trails of smoke lifting up from the forest itself, which you can guess only must signal another huge force.
Oh shit!
Further to the south, that perhaps they are on the verge of facing one another.
Oh, it's Sigmar. He made good time. Damn.
Jesus.
It's just power walking, you know.
That guy knows how to lead an army. Holy crap!
Got really strong calves.
Oh, okay. We've got limited time, it seems like, then.
Yeah. I think we rush for the Ulrichian camp, right?
Man, this is so crazy.
Excellent.
Okay.
You
speed run it.
You rush down there through the camp looking for some semblance of leadership. Eventually, you find indeed there's a command tent set up with a group of Ulrichians, and you can see several of them standing around a table discussing battle plans, and one of them appears to be our Ulrich. And you go rushing towards them, I presume, or not. What do you do? How do you approach them, Indigo?
Indigo will, acting brashly, and I'll have Wassermeyer just yanking him along.
He's seems to be a little lower energy now, like he's not putting up as much of a fight. He looks a little paler. He's maybe got a couple marks on his neck.
Someone
in Source will do that.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a little easier to push him around. He's kind of placid, following you.
Thank God.
Whatever you say.
Man, he looks like an idiot.
I'll shout, our Ulrich, I bring you the head of the Sigmarite army, the supposed heir of Sigmar.
Our Ulrich and a group of warriors clad in wolf skins and holding battle axes and covered in war paint group of about 8 of them come marching out of the tent, and our Ulrich, who you recognize, you've seen him before now, a much younger, broad-shouldered man, looks at you and he says, "What?"
I'll throw Wassermeyer in front of me.
Wassermeyer goes tumbling onto the ground and lands flat on his back in front of our Ulrich, and he just kind of looks at him surprised and kind of shrugs. and our Ulrich looks at him and he says, "I don't know who you are, but you have brought us the leader of the Sigmarite army. We shall crush him!" And he lifts up his axe to swing it down on Wassermeyer.
Oh.
I think hold your axe there, Ulrich. You wouldn't want to slay a brother of yours, would you? Brothers in chaos.
He's going right for it. Wow.
If anything, you are. If anything, you two are brothers. Look! You have such similar features.
Oh, they're actually
are you another one of these Sigmarite worshipping? We shall kill the Sigmarites! And he goes and he again lifts his axe to chop off Wassermeyer's head, and looks like he's going to do that unless you do something to physically stop him, Indigo.
I'll try to block the axe with Galmaraz.
Give me
nice. That's cool.
Roll me a weapon skill. Roll me a weapon skill, like you're attacking him.
That is. I rolled a 14 plus 8, so 22.
Excellent. You swing Galmaraz as his axe comes swinging down, about to lop the head off of Wassermeyer. You swing Galmaraz, and it smashes into the axe itself, and the axe blade just explodes into bits. And Galmaraz,
that's pretty cool.
Kind of glows a bright kind of golden color, and all the little runes, all the dwarven runes down the handle of Galmaraz, all kind of sparkle and glow for a moment in this bright golden light. And our Ulrich just howls in frustration, and he says, "Death to the Sigmarites!" And he launches himself right at you, Indigo. Swings. He pulls up another hatchet from his belt and swings it right at you. You nimbly jump backward away from him. What are you doing, Indigo?
Does it look like the other Ulrichians are going to join the fight?
They are. They do look like they're about to jump in. Yeah, they look like they're getting their weapons ready.
All right, I'm gonna try to talk him out of this. I am going to hold it as a symbol of authority, really hoping that I didn't just bring all my friends in to die in an enemy army camp. You know, really trying to work my butt off here. As my job is to make sure my friends don't get murdered.
It is.
And I'll shout to the other Ulrichians, and I'll say, I will fight your R. Ulrich, and I will best him in single combat and spare his life. And then I will prove to all of you that he is a chaos-worshipping fool who seeks to destroy the Empire and destroy the Church of Ulrich for the sake of chaos.
Wow.
Excellent. The group of warriors kind of grimly nod their heads, and they start banging their weapons together, or their weapons on shields, and they just start chanting, Ulrich, Ulrich, and they kind of start to form a circle around Indigo and R. Ulrich.
Wow.
Who's just still recovering from the swing, jumps up to his feet, spins, spits, and he says, "You Sigmarite heretic, you will die!" And he leaps at you again, Indigo, swinging wildly with his hatchet, narrowly missing you.
All right. Great, I'm going to hit him.
Indigo. Indigo. Indigo.
I'm going to fight him. I'm going to try to not ever kill him.
Okay.
That's my goal. I'm going to be pulling my punches a little bit.
Okay.
Great, but I'm attacking it.
Do you have the strike to stun talent in Indigo?
I do.
Okay, great.
I do.
Great.
So
ahead,
I'm gonna
attack roll.
That's pretty good. That's 6 plus 8, 14. My first attack.
All right. You swing Gal Miraz at him, and again it flashes in a bright golden light, sending him tumbling and kind of flashing in his face, and he just looks dazed. Like clearly, there's a moment where he's just blinded by the light of the hammer, the holy hammer, igniting right in front of his face. He goes stumbling onto the ground. His axe goes flying, and he lands prone in front of you, Indigo, and you're able to like put your boot on his chest, and he's completely at your mercy. What do you want to do?
Great. I'll just keep him there. Right? I said I wasn't going to kill him, so I'm just going to keep him there.
Okay.
We have letters. Okay, never mind. Sorry, Indigo, you do it. Just we'll wait on it. We'll wait on it.
No, now's the time. Please. I don't know what to
We
do
have
now.
letters. We have these letters. We got so many letters.
Correspondences between Ulrich here and, of course, our nefarious chaos worshipping friend here, but not friend, Wassemeyer. And it proves here that they were trying to overthrow the Empire in some kind of nefarious plan. Guys, there's a lot of big words. I hope I got it right.
That was pretty close.
Yeah.
There's some mumbling amongst the inner circle here of Ulrichians, and eventually one of them is pushed forward Gruber, you can read. Go look. And Gruber comes forward and looks, and you see him. He's looking through the letters, and he's kind of mouthing out the words.
That's a hard C. Yeah, it's violent too.
So eventually, for the sake of expediency, eventually they figure out that you are telling the truth, and that our Ulrich is not quite who he seems to be. Our Ulrich, he protests the entire time. He squirms and he curses. And finally, when it looks like everything is going against him, Indigo, he grabs your foot and tries to twist it to escape from you. Roll me a strength test, please.
You got it.
Do you think these guys all have purple hands?
M.
Oh, they probably have purple hands.
Maybe. We're wrong. We're
So he
screwed.
grabs your foot and twists it, and you kind of stumble a bit, and he rolls out, and he starts running.
Again with this?
Let's get him.
I'll chase him too.
You know what? Okay, all right. Well, Indigo's got this one too. Yeah.
I'm gonna sit on
Um,
Vasselmeyer.
All right. Well, much less heavily armored than you, Indigo, and a hale and hearty man. He's actually quickly outpacing you as he runs towards the woods.
Oh.
Just let him go. I say just let him go. It's just one dude.
No.
Yeah.
I want me to get my crossbow out. I have one of those. I could do that.
I got magic missiles. I could just kill him.
Let's do it. Oh gosh, that's chaotic.
Okay. Oh, let's race. Let's race.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I put the crossbow like down on Vasselmeyer's neck, and I pull it down the bow. Because I'm just being mean.
And I start reciting my favorite words. I'm gonna send
I'll
my
aim at
magic
him.
missiles at him. Rolling my die. Pulling out my book, just paging through. I know these words. I just want to make sure I have them.
Sorry about this, Vasselmeyer.
Mina,
The whole thing, you know.
Are you intentionally going slow, Mina, just to give Yeffy a fighting chance? Yeah. Okay.
I would
Very
like
good.
to shoot my arrows at the same time she shoots the bow.
All right, here we
Great.
go.
Man.
Go ahead.
Ooh.
Give me some rolls.
19 plus 6.
Ha!
So
I got a
that's
4 and a 3, so that was also a success.
Oh,
Excellent.
all
Excellent.
right.
Seems pretty dead.
Yeah.
He seems,
Yeah, I got,
I think you got him.
3, a 5, and a 4. I get plus 3. A lot of.
And Yeffy, how much damage
Do I
from the
get
crossbow?
sneak? Do I get sneak attack?
No.
Next turn. No.
Not-
I
that's
actually
not a
forgot-
dice.
I don't normally use my crossbow. I actually forget what it does. I think it's a.
I think it's a D6, probably.
All
All right. Here we go.
A
2.
crossbow is a d6, indeed. Excellent. So, transfixed by an arrow and then blasted by multiple powerful bolts of energy,
I got him.
Got him.
Oh, God!
Yeah.
our Ulrich slumps to the ground a bloody heap. There is some confusion amongst the Ulrichian forces, and you do your best amongst the 4 of you to try and convince. I don't know if you have specific instruction or anything you're trying to convince the Ulrichians to do at this point. But it is quickly
just that
turning into a
they've been-
confused mess.
We need
Just that they've been
Ulrichians.
duped.
They need to stop fighting the Sigmarites. The Sigmarites are still friends in arms, and we don't want to fight anymore. The fight will release chaos into the world, and this is exactly not what we want to do.
You
Do you want
spend
me to roll a
some
persuasion?
time trying. No. You spend some time trying to convince them of this, but it's a lot for them to take in, and it's definitely, and it's a big group, it's a big army. There's a lot of confusion there, but eventually, as the day grows on, and you be starting to become frustrated about how do we diffuse this entire army who is about ready to enter battle. You can see from the south approaching a small band on horses, apparently the vanguard of whatever force is down there. And as they approach closer, you can see several warriors flanked by none other than Sigmar himself.
There he is.
Yay!
Hey.
Sigmar comes riding into camp, and there's just absolute amazement from the Ulrichians. And Sigmar, that's amazing. Sigmar. So I rolled for Sigmar here for what he's going to do in his. He comes forward to orate to the Ulrichians. I've rolled a natural 20, so he he delivers an incredibly rousing speech that is surprisingly pro Ulrich. And you're reminded that Sigmar himself was, in fact, a very devout worshiper of Ulrich.
That's
and
a surprising
apparently,
benefit.
this is enough to convince the army that the conflict between Ulrichians and Sigmarites was, in fact, fabricated and meaningless.
Incredible.
And soon,
Oh my God.
by the next morning, you find yourselves in a mixed army of Ulrichians and Sigmarites marching their way north along the River Reich towards Castle Reichgard.
Oh man. So much for a socio-political disaster bringing this long dead god back. It was the perfect decision. I present
If he takes
Sigmar
some
with
time.
little Sigmar.
Presented with little Sigmar.
Yeah, Sigmar, I got you this. It's a full gold, but Bruno-sized you. So you can have a little Bruno who looks just like you even when I move on to whatever the next phase of my illustrious career is going to be.
He looks at it and just kind of shakes his head in amazement, and he says, Thank you, Bruno." And he gives you a very condescending pat on the head, and takes the statue.
Well, I can just keep it. I mean, it's full. I'll just keep it myself. I don't mind keeping a little Sigmar. It's a piece of Sigmar.
Pat you on the back. It's okay, Bruno. I thought it was a great statue.
Thank you. Do you know I dragged it like halfway across the world here? I mean, we did.
I know.
We did shatter the laws of death to get here, but
Sigmar looks at you, Bruno, and he says, "This is what causes the very problem. This adoration. I'm an emperor and leader of men, but this is too much."
oh well, why don't you can just melt it in a fire or something as kind of as a symbolic.
I like this, Bruno.
That's why I really brought it. That was my idea
tonight.
from the beginning. That was my whole point from the get-go. Great.
You are wise. You are as wise as you are small.
Thank you. I'm actually average size for my species, of course, but I am very wise, so I take it. Yeah. Okay.
Isn't it made out of wood?
Shh. No one's gold. It'll still burn. It'll still burn. The wood will burn, and then the gold. It'll be fine. Okay. Made of wood.
I'm gonna narrate a little bit here because we're closing in on the
Can't believe
time
that.
As we get towards the end of the campaign here. The army marches north along the Reich towards Castle Reichgard, where the combined efforts of Sigmar and the Grand Theogenist are and the sight of this joint army of Sigmarites and Ulrichians is enough. To reinvigorate the people. There's celebrating. There's there's a lot of relief washes over the populace that war is not coming. That it is that the empire is being reunited, and that Sigmar walks among men again, and eventually the forces of Castle Reichgard join in this huge army that just seems to be pulling more and more people every day from it as it continues to march up the Reich towards Altdorf. By the time you arrive in Altdorf, clearly news has spread of this miraculous second coming of Sigmar, and Altdorf, which looked almost empty the last time you were in it, is now just packed with people, absolutely packed with people, and it's almost more resplendent than Mindenheim was when you were there during the festival. There's banners and there's cheering and there's all kinds of celebrations going on, and you find yourselves back in Altdorf with all of this going on around you. And I'm going to we will close the campaign as you find yourselves standing around the Temple of Sigmar in Altdorf. It is the mood is celebratory. You've been out rejoicing or enjoying the good humor and good mood that the entire city appears to be in, and the day is progressing to the wee hours, and the four of you find yourselves gathered around the old temple to Sigmar. just in a kind of moment, a brief moment of quiet and reflection, as you think about all that has gone on between when you first met and you returned to this spot here. And I'm going to ask you, as you stand there kind of in contemplation, looking at the temple, the four of you, kind of realizing that your work, I suppose, is done. Who,
if it ever was,
I will ask the four. I'll ask the four of you. Who leaves first, and where do you go?
Ooh, we're doing Ocean's 11 on this one. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, Yeffy's surprised that the temple doesn't burn her. He's very uncomfortable around it. And I actually think that she's going to go and kick down the doors of Orlok's estate, and she's going to take it over. And she's going to make a big dwarven home out of it with lots of casks of wine. And no one really knows that Vasselmeyer goes missing, but Yeffy knows where he is.
Excellent. The splendor of Count Orlok's estate is perhaps returned over the coming weeks, and at some point, Yeffy will be visited by Ariette von Karstein, who welcomes Yeffy into the ranks of the elite, and introduces you to other members of the von Karstein family as Count Yeffy, and notably, someone else is missing. Notably, Orlok is not present, nor is he spoken of, nor does he appear in any of the portraits in the halls.
Incredible.
As it should be.
Oh, this is so good.
Yay!
Who leaves second?
Oh, you can go.
Oh, sorry, yeah. So Indigo, you never were going to be emperor, huh? You didn't want to do it.
No! Are you kidding me? I can't be emperor. I don't know how to read. I can't rule.
That is a good point.
For you.
It's not a job for a soldier, Bruno.
That's fair. Well, I'm going to go, and I'm just going to give Indigo a big hug around his calf.
Yeah.
I got to go do something real quick, but I'll catch up with you later.
Yeah. See you later. Don't lose all your blood.
Oh, hey, I guess since we're doing truth-telling, I think Yeffy's a vampire. Come to terms with it in your own time. We'll all talk about it. It'll be a funny joke later, but I think she's been a vampire for like weeks at this point. Months. It might have been since that first thing with the barge. I've taken all these notes about it. It's going to be my next book. I'm going to publish it under my own name, Indigo Halberstein, and it's going to be great.
No. Put it under your own name.
And Bruno's going to chase after Yeffy and try to catch up with her.
Excellent.
Yeffy!
Oh, hey,
Yeffy!
Bruno. Hey, Bruno.
I have to... Yeah. Sorry, since we're doing tough run.
Breathing's hard.
Ooh, you really got ahead. Yeah. Sorry, since we're doing truth tell, I got to tell... I don't know what a Bloody Mary is. I've been giving you my own blood this whole time, and I've been really drained dry of it, and I'm pretty sure you're a vampire. I don't know if you know it, but I think Orlok turned you into a vampire. I got all these notes about it.
Oh, that's so sweet, Bruno.
Just, I was looking for a cure, and then it seemed like I couldn't figure that out, and we were running it, and I didn't, the blood situation, so I figured I got plenty of blood, so I couldn't figure out the cure, so I figured you may as well have the blood. It's been I did not have as much blood as I thought I did, admittedly, but so I don't know if you need to, like, do something about that. I don't know, Orlok really cursed you with this, obviously, but I did give him that fake purple mustache, so I don't know if it's not really recompense.
That was good. Listen, I don't think Orlok's gonna be a problem anymore. Truth be told, Bruno, you're the tastiest blood I've ever had. And I don't think I ever want to let that. I don't ever think I want to let that go. Do you want to, like, maybe come
you know
and
what the word platonic means? Because I think we can move past that and just whatever the opposite of that is. Non-platonic.
Oh,
have you ever wanted to be a bat? I'm gonna take your hand, Bruno. Why don't you come along with me? I got some stuff to show you in my basement. I mean, good things. I'm not putting you in there like Bossenmeyer. Don't you worry about that.
2 weeks later,
I got a whole
Rudo and the chained up Vossemeyer are hanging out in Orlok's old library, sipping blood.
Oh dear.
No, I'll make a nice area for you for your jars of stuff.
Oh, it's
And I
gonna
even
get
get you a pet rat.
Get your pet rat. Oh dear.
Bruno's got develops an extensive collection that should get him murdered by any Sigmar fearing individual.
Excellent. I think as Bruno goes about his process of writing and publishing his book, I imagine that there are all these encounters that probably should have ended in Bruno's demise, but shadows form, people go missing, and somehow Bruno gets through it fine, just fine.
No!
Oh dear.
Wow.
Indigo
I love
and Mina
that.
remain standing around the outside of the temple in the early morning light.
You ever think, Mina? You ever think about how, without the two of us, those two would be so dead? I know.
I really, bless them. They're gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine. You're gonna check on them, right? Like a lot.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, good. Okay. They'll be fine. Yefe's a vampire now, and has been for a very long time.
Yep.
Bruno's still alive after all these years.
Shocking.
So, shocking.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
God bless them.
I'm gonna get a drink.
They're doing great. Yeah. So you're good, right? Like you're fine. You're gonna be fine. You're fine.
I'm great. I don't have to be emperor. This is the best outcome I could think of.
Okay. I kind of thought you would be a pretty good emperor. Would have been happier with you as
okay.
emperor, I think. But that's okay. I like how you're not sort of insane and you accept people. And I like how you saved our lives a lot. So I'm gonna go.
That was nice.
But I'll write letters to you, and you're sort of like my first friend. And I'm gonna hug you really quickly and then go. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye, Mina.
Oh, a very sweet but slightly awkward hug. And Mina, where do you
That's
go?
Mina. Yep.
Where do I go? Oh my god, I've been
Not plug.
vibrating with intensity for the past month since we've been at this incredible library full of every sacred text ever. I understand. I wanted to stop the Civil War. I wanted to start the Civil War so bad. Very important. But at the back of her brain, every second was like, what if somebody takes those books? What if someone takes those books? What if those books are not made? What if the goblins come in because we open the door and there's not a dragon there anymore, and then they rip up all the books and then they set them on fire? I don't know. So if Yeffy would let Nina borrow the coach just for like a quick second, just for a quick day. You seem really busy. Do you mind? Would you mind?
How about I drop you off? I'll drop you off.
Oh, I don't really want to drop off.
I'll drop
there
you off.
and then not be able to get back.
Yeah, but I'm sure with whatever you learn, you'll be able to leave with no problem, right? Yeah. Bruno, do you want to go hang out with Mina for like a couple days?
Not in a million years, no.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna drop you off.
Okay. No, that's
Oh my god. Fine, let's hang out with Mina.
Yeah, okay, let's go.
Damn
Let's go.
it.
Okay.
Fine.
Come
Jesus.
on. Come on, it'll be less platonic. Let's go.
The
rooms. I won't pay attention.
the story of the journey back to Kadar Khalizad and the search for the ancient lost dwarven knowledge from the lore masters deep underground is one for another day. But I'm sure many further adventures ensue as this ragtag group tries to attempt to help Mina in her thirst for knowledge to find those ancient dwarven texts and return them to the surface. Mina,
there for the
assuming you're able to restore those texts, what becomes of Mina and her collection of ancient dwarven mystic knowledge?
I think Mina definitely remembers at some point, maybe like a month on, like, oh shoot, letters, and like sends a letter to Jenna to tell her to come because I miss her too, and she should definitely come be here in this incredible space. Obviously. Oh no, this is like a lifetime's work. Are you kidding?
Oh,
like,
so you remain in Kadar Khalizad then? You don't try to excavate everything. You just stay there. Is that what you're telling me?
I'm gonna. All the reference books are down here.
Excellent.
Other books. What winds up happening is that she kind of recreates a much larger library. Like she kind of planned at some point to bring them up, but then just keeps bringing the ones that are necessary down, and then it becomes this whole big thing. And then everyone's staying away from the evil, not evil, neutral, value neutral. The scary witch who lives underneath in the cavern.
The scary witch.
Excellent. The scary witch who lives in the mountains.
I'll be back whenever anyone visits. I'll be back up in like a couple months. I'm almost through this bit, but like I will be back upstairs. Like,
yeah. That story I feel like is repeated again and again and again.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Forever.
Christian,
I like that.
What becomes of Indigo?
I think Indigo spends the next few weeks on what he thinks of as a vacation. He sells all of the remaining loot and drinks and eats nicely in Altdorf for a while, bathing himself every day like some sort of king. I think Indigo eventually tries to slip away out of Altdorf as inconspicuously as he can. And I think he just wanders a bit and keeps up the generic monster hunting, going from town to town, getting kicked out of towns violently. Every once in a while, I think back in to make sure that Bruno or Yeffy hasn't destroyed themselves and society. Having other people send letters from him to Altdorf, to wherever they are, probably getting letters and never learning how to read them.
Excellent.
Just refusing.
I'm imagining many scenes of an older Indigo relaxing in some tavern in a small town in the Empire, and regaling those around him with did I ever tell you the tale of the time I walked with Sigmar and saved the Empire? Oh dear.
Yeah,
Excellent.
definitely.
Excellent.
What happens to the Empire?
The Empire. What becomes of the Empire? It is an excellent question. Yeah. I mean, for a while, for a short period of time at least, Sigmar remains in Altdorf and helps to reunify the Empire and drives forth many projects to weed out the various corruptions within it. The many cults, bands of witch hunters are formed to go out and find the remnants of the Purple Hand, of the Red Crown, of the whoever the worshippers of Khorne were, who were undermining the Signal Tower project, the Beastmen roaming in the woods, and progress is made. Is chaos ever fully eradicated from the land? No, of course not. But progress is made, and eventually, when the Empire comes to a more stable position, Sigmar addresses his people, and he tells them that they must elect a new emperor, as is the wont of the Empire. It's how the Empire proceeds and how it has survived for all this time, and that he must return to the ancient dwarven homelands and visit a crazy old witch he once knew. And he walks off with Galmaraz in hand again for a second time. Walks off down the road towards the dwarven homeland, and is never seen again.
Gets frozen in the same spot. I like to imagine.
Unclear. Wow. Well, there you go, everyone. That concludes our final session of 10 Dead Rats.
I can't believe it.
Thank you all for joining us. As mentioned, we this is our final episode of this campaign. We will be back. We'll be on hiatus for a couple of weeks, and then we will be back to do something new. But possibly the first thing we will do, something we've been talking about doing, is have a retrospective where the five of us maybe just reminisce about the campaign and talk about what we liked, and maybe I'll give the players a chance to ask me questions about why certain things happened and what the hell was I thinking. Oof. And we can also talk a little bit about where I was going by the book and where I was not. So yeah, we'll do I think we'll do an episode of just that, of just us talking about that stuff, and then something new down the road. So thank you everyone for joining us. Happy holidays to you. Hope you get some good gaming in over the break, and we'll see you in the new year.
Yeah.
Happy holidays.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.